do you say to the boss who has a small scale business? My name is Kofi Mensah. I work in Abosokai. I've been able to raise some money. My brother helped me with my first seed money, 30,000. I bought spare parts. I sold. I've gone back to the US. I bought more. Now my turnaround is about 100,000 a month. I've got 3 people working for me, but I'm under so much pressure in the family. We are one of the only 2 people who are doing with their family. I don't really want to know your story because I have enough stories for a whole lifetime. Do your job and let me do mine. What do you say to a boss like that where listening is concerned?
Good. That boss is losing a lot of innovation.
He's lost his life. He's almost lost his life before. Yeah. See, he that is down needs fear no fall. At this point, he can't lose anymore. So he doesn't really care. Do your job and let me do mine.
Good.
Don't bring your problems to me.
Good.
Come and do the job. I pay you. You go home. What do you say to a boss like that?
Now, a boss like that should reconsider his or her stand. Because businesses need to grow. Businesses need to expand. Idea that is working today may not necessarily be working 5 or 6 years to come. This is what leaders have done, and they found their businesses going down.
So change your mind at some point.
Change your mind at some point.
Okay.
That is what I call subdue to superior argument and revelations.
Subdue to superior argument. I've got Ken from Legon. Ken says, I'm tempted to say that some tricksters and con artists are emotionally more intelligent than us. But then he goes on to say, he says, when dealing with a boss who is very forgetful, says one thing and the next moment cannot recollect, and then he asks you, but seems to find fault with everything you do and forgets the instructions he has been giving you. How do you handle that kind of situation?
So you always go back before you start whatever new with that boss.
And say, if I understand you, boss,
yes,
is this what you said?
Last week, you told me to do this, blah, 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 blah. Are you getting my point? If that is not what he meant, quickly he will correct you there. But so the paraphrasing is very, very important. Make sure you repeat for him to understand that you've really understood him. That is one. Now, before you begin any conversation with that boss, make sure that you revisit, if only it has something to do with what you are going to do at that particular moment, revisit the genesis of it and get yourself straightened out. Okay. Very, very important.
This one is Clemens from Tema. Clemens says, interesting topic. I want to know if there is a book for me to buy.
Yes.
Is there a book that you recommend?
Yes, Mr. Addison's own book is coming.
Okay.
The first book I will recommend, the very basis is Daniel Goleman's book.
Okay.
Emotional Intelligence, Why It Matters More Than the IQ.
Right. Okay.
You should also enroll with us and learn more.
Okay, so there you go, Clemens. That's your answer. Very last question for you so that we can also sort of round up for today. I've often heard people say perception can become reality for the one who perceives. Perception can become reality for the one who perceives. So, since communication is a two-way thing, you're talking to me. I listen best when I'm not looking at you. That's where I focus all my energy and I'm listening, but I'm not looking at you. You think I'm not listening, but I'm listening. Your perception is that I'm not listening, so your reality is that I'm not listening. What happens in a situation like that? Because truthfully, it's like when we pray at church. When you close your eyes, you feel that you concentrate a bit more, isn't it? So when you're talking to me, why can't I close my eyes and listen a bit more? And then without you feeling that I'm not listening.
Good. Now, this is a leader. So the subordinate must have been aware of this. We call it emotional self-expression of the body language. People have a way to express a kind of feeling with their body language. So if you get to know that your boss closes the eye and he listens very well, you shouldn't have a problem. You know the man is really listening to you. You said something about perception, right? The perception, you said
perception can become reality for the one who perceives.
Good. This is
so if I think you are not nice, as far as I'm concerned, you are not nice.
Yeah, and that is where most of the time we go wrong. Yours will be very good when you add reality check. And what? Not blinded optimism. You think that the person is bad, so no matter what is happening, he's bad. But have you done your own search and know whether the person is really bad?
I don't want to.
You have to.
I don't
care. Because the perceptions may lead you wrongly if you persist without proper reality check.
Interesting. What does that take out?
Yeah, take out.
We haven't had enough time, but we're definitely back here again next week. What's our take out from today? What should people remember?
People should remember that listening is everything. You must have the ability to listen so that you can learn, expand your businesses. Next week we're going to move into another communication, and I want people to get glued to their assertiveness and bullying, and I want them to remember that aggressiveness is no more proper for any leader.
I've got some 20 seconds. Try this one for me.
Okay.
What do you say to somebody who walks into your office and starts talking and says, I don't want solutions, just listen to me?
Good. I will listen to you. Because so far as you are speaking, you get to a time that I need to respond. But I may not need to cut you in now. I need to give you enough time to listen and listen to you very, very well.
Thank you so much, Mr. Addison. This has been exciting. Next week, we are back on your radio. This has been Masterclass on your Superstation. Those of my listeners who called, you may get the opportunity to be part of our in-studio audience in the month of March. Up next is the news at 2. Do make a date with us, same time next week for another edition of Masterclass. My name is Yabanafo, and then we'll see you same time next week. Thank you for listening.